as you can see, the question is still sealed. And let's get the ball rolling with the first question for candidate number 1. And the question is, some may say that social networks have taken over face-to-face interaction. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Candidate number 1? Let me say the question again. Some say that social networks have taken over face-to-face interaction. May I ask what your thoughts are on that?
I'd like to start off about something of myself. I am an only child without parents and much family left. What I know within myself is that when it comes to time, we have to cherish it. I myself, I think it's really, really important that we prioritize social interactions and spend time with our loved ones and family, because we all know that time goes away in a split of a second. So let's appreciate them while we can. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you so much, candidate number 1. Breaking the ice here right now. Thank you so much. And we can step back right now and move on to our next candidate. Candidate number 3, Alexandra Jean Beharin. Alexandra, welcome, welcome. And let's see what question Misfit Philippines has in store for you. Very interesting. What is the simplest change you can do in your life that could have the biggest positive impact on the world? Again, what is the simplest change that you can do in your life that could have the biggest positive impact on the world? And third time's a charm. What is the simplest change you can do in your life that could have the biggest positive impact on the world?
Thank you for that question. The simplest you can do, for me to do is portraying a positive image. We're living in a fast-paced world where it's covered with issues and problems. What we need, or what the generation need, is a inspiration to lead and inspire others, because I believe that me as a woman is not limited with beauty in brain, but also with confidence and responsibility. And I believe that I give improvement of my responsibility, and I can empower women through my advocacy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Candidate number 3, a positive mindset is all that we need. Moving on to candidate number 5, Aliyah Clemena Rohilia. Thank you so much, Aliyah. And you chose question number 6, which is, how can you help promote mental health and correct any misinformation about it? Again, how can you help promote mental health and correct any misinformation about it?
Well, as someone who has been struggling with my own mental health for years now, I have had an anxiety attack a few minutes earlier, and I do believe that I can remove the stigma by simply advocating for it, by simply inculcating it in the minds of the young children, which I teach through my advocacy. I could remove the stigma, because as the young people, they have the opportunity to change the world, because they are our world's future. And I do believe that by the simple things that I do, I would be able to remove the stigma in that, which would benefit not just me, but everyone who struggles with it. Because your mindset could change the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number 5. Destigmatize mental health issues. Thank you so much for that enlightening insight. Let's move on to candidate number 10, Larcene Grace Jensen. Larcene, welcome, welcome to the front of the catwalk. And your question is, what do you believe is the most important issue in women's health and why? And again, what do you believe is the most important issue in women's health and why?
women, as I've noticed, especially in my hometown, has been bullied a lot, especially with their body types. So I believe the most significant issue that we need to fix is mental health. I've experienced bullying in school as well because of my own body, and I want to be an inspiration of hope to the youth of the Philippines to be more confident in themselves because we are all truly beautiful. Even with the hardships that I faced, I remain strong and resilient because I am a candidate worthy of the Miss Fit Philippines crown.
Thank you so much, Larcy. Body positivity is the best way to combat bullying. Let's move on. Candidate number 11, Yanni Collins. Hello, Yanni. How are you? Thank you so much. I'm doing great as well. Let's see what the question is in store for you. Very interesting. Someone wants to start off her fitness journey but seriously doubts herself. What would you like to say to that person? Again, somebody wants to start off their fitness journey but has serious doubts about herself. What would you like to say to that person?
As a human being, we are prone to insecurities, especially self-doubt. And to fully be free of self-doubt, we have to focus on our strengths, celebrate our accomplishments, and surround ourselves with positivity and support. Because when we do, we become a vehicle of change when we stop comparing ourselves to others, when we stop fixating on our bodies as something to alter, and instead realize how perfect we all are. That is how we can make an impact. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yanni Collins. So again, focus on bringing together a great community to support you. And of course, stop comparing yourself to others. Moving on, we've got candidate number 12, MJ Oplea. Hello, MJ. This is going to be very interesting. Let's move on and check out what your question is. And what you have right now is, what would you do to change the world if you knew that you could not fail? Again, let me ask that. What would you do to change the world if you knew that you could not fail?
Thank you. If I could change the world, if I knew that I could not fail, it is to encourage people that everything worth doing is worth doing well. So if you aim something right now and you really want to dream for it and you want to capture that goal, do your 100%, 101 if possible. So if you're doing your best, anything would follow. So if I could inspire other people to do anything that they love, just like for me, pursuing pageantry, I think this world would be full of people that are inspired and that could discover new discoveries in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That really resonated with me. Anything worth doing is worth doing well. Again, thank you so much. Candidate number 12. Moving on. Candidate number 14, Vanessa Ferrer Baracchio. Hi, Vanessa. I love your name. That's the name of my wife as well. And let's check out what your question is. Oh, very nice, especially for Miss Fit. Why is fitness a holistic journey and not just a physical one? Again, why is fitness a holistic journey and not just a physical one?
Holistic fitness is very vital for everyone. Being fit is not just more than being aesthetics, and I know that fitness is a powerful testament that wants discipline, perseverance, and consistency after all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Discipline, persistence, and consistency is not just important in getting fit, but also it's a mental fitness, emotional, and spiritual fitness as well. Maraming salamat, candidate number 14, Vanessa Ferrer Baracchio. Moving on, candidate number 15, Juviel and Saluta. Juviel, welcome here to the stage. And let's check out what your interesting question is from Miss Fit Philippines. It's hiding from me, but let me pry it open, and here it goes. If you could talk to your 5-year-old self, what would you tell her? Again, if you could talk to your 5-year-old self, what would you tell her?
If I could talk to the 5-year-old me, I would tell her to believe in herself. It's easier said than done, and I'm still working on it. But I believe that if I told her that I believe in her, that she should believe in herself, I think it would make a huge impact on me now. So I think if one person believed in other person as well, we could make an impact to other people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Literally believe in yourself that the children are the future. Thank you so much, Ms. Juybel and Saluta. Moving on quickly to candidate number 16, Yoshabel Mendones Lepico. Hi, Yoshabel. Very interesting name, Yoshabel. And you got the first question here for this evening. And that question here, very relevant nowadays. Some say that fitness and beauty contests invalidate plus-size women. What are your thoughts on this? Again, some say that fitness and beauty contests invalidate plus-sized women. I'm curious to find out, what are your thoughts about this?
Actually, my personal advocacy is about inclusion. So, for me, fitness is not invalidating the plus sizes. Just like me, I was once a very thin woman, and I feel like a lot of people look down on me and bully me because of that. But once you empower other people, once you know your worth, and once we uplift other people, we are able to give them an inspiration in order for them to prioritize fitness in their lives. Thank you.
And know your worth and know how fitness makes you feel worthy for yourself. Again, thank you so much, Yoshabel, candidate number 16. Moving on, we've got candidate number 17, Diane Irish Joy Lakayanga. Hi, how are you doing here this evening? And let's see what question is in store for you. Does a healthy body lead to a healthy mind, or does a healthy mind lead to a healthy body? Let's ask that question one more time. Does a healthy body lead to a healthy mind, or does a healthy mind lead to a healthy body? What comes first in your opinion?
Well, I believe that a healthy mind comes after a healthy body. Because I believe if you have a fit mind or a healthy mind, you will do everything that will make you beautiful. And you will also become positive. And I believe that once a person is grateful, you will consider everything beautiful, and of course you will make effort to be holistically beautiful as well. So having a fit mind or healthy mind is more important comes after than having a fit body. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number 17. The healthy mind comes first and the fit body will follow. Thank you so much, candidate number 17. Moving on, candidate number 21, our Empire Pretty Choice, Miss Tara Limhab. Tara, welcome, welcome. You have a lot of fans here in the audience right now. Let's see if the next question does you justice. And of course, a relevant question, especially emerging from this pandemic. How did COVID affect your physical, emotional, and intellectual fitness? And how did you overcome it? Again, how did COVID affect your physical, emotional, and intellectual fitness? And how did you overcome it?
Thank you.
Well, a lot of things affected me because of the pandemic. Not just me, but as well as my family. It affected us financially, mentally, physically, and every attributes that we have in our lives. And one thing that we did is to be a positive thinker. We need to put in our minds, and we can have solutions, and whatever what we are facing, we could actually achieve things as long as we initiate to do some things that we are able to solve our problems. And that is the one thing that I did. I became optimistic to look at things in a positive way, no matter how negative the situation is.
Thank you so much, Tara. So you can think your way out of the problem. And with that, let's call back candidate number 22, Kimberly Nas. Hello, Kimberly. Second to the last question here for this evening. And I hope this question is interesting yet challenging enough for you to answer. What are the 3 best qualities of a misfit queen? Can you explain each one briefly? What are the 3 best qualities of a misfit queen? And please explain each one briefly.
I think that the 3 qualities of the misfit Philippines is first to have a strong mind that could manifest a growth mindset. Number 2 is to have a strong heart that could withstand all of the standards that the society has created for us. And number 3 is to have a strong will, to be willing enough to be consistent to our fitness habits. And that I feel I am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Strong heart, strong mind, and strong will. Thank you again, Miss Kimberly Nas. And finally, rounding out our last question for this evening, please welcome candidate number 24, Ariana. So, Belle, Bernard, Ariana, are you ready for the final question for this evening? And that question is the youth of this generation more pressure than the youth of the past? Why or why not? Again, is the youth of this generation more pressure than the youth of the past? Why or why not?
I believe living in today's generation, I don't feel any pressure at all because in today's generation, we are all open-minded compared before. That's what I love about the Filipino people. They accept change because change is constant. And I believe that in order for us to not be pressured is to do our very best, to be the best version of ourselves. And we should know why we believe and what we believe in order to function in this society. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ariana. What comes to mind is another beauty queen telling us, I don't feel any pressure